in terms of what parts of the company are hiring, it's pretty broad, but I would say, the data that our very own Kara Carlson has crunched, service is a big aspect, which is maybe no surprise in that, the summer season is a busy one for Tesla. People are out, driving for vacations. It's warm out, so they're running their air conditioners. To the extent that you do need to service an electric vehicle, that's one of the things that is common. So, one of the interesting aspects of this story is that, we did speak with people who were a part of this job cutting who, said that they were surprised that some of the service and salespeople, that the company, clearly needs at a time of, busy service work and, a company that's struggling to sell more cars. We're seeing, some people being brought back there, but it is very widespread. I think notably as well, AI and robotics is definitely, an area where everybody's, looking at very closely because of, what this sort of new priority is or emphasis is on the part of Musk.
Craig, Bloomberg's also out with a story, David Welch, that GM's Mary Barra says the automaker won't sell 1 million EVs next year. So just another story, another data point about kind of maybe where the ultimate demand or lack of demand may be for EVs. What's the latest feeling within the industry about how this thing's going to evolve and what pace?
Yeah, we've seen a really dramatic pullback on the part of GM and Ford in particular. I feel like, Stellantis, formerly Fiat Chrysler, they were sort of slow in the first place, making this transition and have, not necessarily had much to pull back from. But I would not be surprised if they sort of, joined the quote unquote party in terms of, maybe dialing back sort of the ramp at which they, try to produce more electric vehicles and sell them. But it is very interesting to see, GM and Ford, really be sort of welcomed with open arms by the White House. Mary Barra being lauded by Biden as leading the EV transition. That really, ticked off Elon Musk and helps explain why, in the last few days we've learned that he's been planning to spend quite a bit of money on, contributing to PACs to get Donald Trump reelected.
Well, that was my thing, is that the Musk-Trump love affair I find to be quite interesting, because if we can just game out that the love affair is also so President Trump would be more nice to EVs, is the huge change that we're expecting with alternative energy and the IRA and a Trump administration maybe not going to happen? I mean, just look at solar stocks yesterday. They got smoked because of it, but Tesla didn't.
Yeah, it is surprising. I mean, maybe if you're trading Tesla, you sort of reckon that, the CEO very, very publicly endearing himself to the candidate will sort of, come back to benefit him down the line. And maybe some of these threats to do away with electric vehicle tax credits and so forth will fall by the wayside. Elon even went so far, in the last day or so to sort of claim that doing away with subsidies would only help Tesla. I don't know how exactly he squares that circle, but perhaps it's a matter of Tesla is the strongest of the companies that's trying to make this work. And is furthest along, and so taking subsidies away would hurt competitors even more so than it would Tesla. But it certainly wouldn't be good for Tesla to lose access to $7,500 for a lot of its customers in the U.S. or would-be customers. And right. So, I do think it's very interesting, and we've heard very similar sort of anti-EV rhetoric on the part of J.D. Vance, his running mate. And so I think it's not only Trump who's sort of campaigned against EVs, but his running mate as of yesterday.
Right.